It will be time consuming if you do not practice reading comprehension properly. Please do not memorize reading comprehension. Do not memorize the answers. So finish all the question answers and then come back to this reading comprehension, which will actually save lot of your time. The initial and the closing paragraphs will help you to actually understand the inner meaning of that passage. Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all the young minds of class 12 CBSE. I am Dr. Shalini, your English teacher at Prep School. We are here to understand one of the skills, that is reading comprehension prescribed by your board. How do you attempt this reading comprehension question is what we are going to understand today. Okay, so what is in today's session we need to understand before we enter the session. Okay, so you will always be plagued by this question, isn't it? How to improve reading comprehensions? That is what will be haunting all of us, isn't it? Any student's mind is actually haunted by this question. Okay, even when I was a student, this question used to haunt me. Okay, so first of all, I'm not from a literature background. I'm not into this reading habit. So how do I improve this reading comprehension? That too, if at all there are very difficult words there in that passage, then to gone case. How do I overcome this hurdle? So like I cannot read all the passages when I am practicing, isn't it? I need to read more. If at all, I need to get to know the vocabulary that is there, right? But how can I do it? That is not possible at all. How can you guess that this reading comprehension, this passage will come? It is very difficult, right? So this question would have haunted your mind also. How do I attempt this reading comprehension? For few of you, this reading comprehension might be a nightmare also. Many of you might not get marks at all in this reading comprehension. Why is that? That is because we lack courage to attempt that reading comprehension. Okay, so let us understand few tips and tricks how to attempt that and what will happen whenever we are attempting this reading comprehension. So here, a reading comprehension sometimes can be time consuming, energy draining, and it is information intensive. So what is this? What do these phrases mean? Okay, so let us start with time consuming. So we come across a reading comprehension in our exam. Okay, so we start reading. It is actually time consuming because we'll be in such a position, we'll be under a lot of stress first of all, isn't it? We need to finish it in a prescribed time. We need time to write the other answers also. We keep it to the end, then we may not be able to attempt it. We start it in the beginning, we may not be able to give time for the other questions. So how do we dedicate time for this reading comprehension? It will be time consuming if you do not practice reading comprehension properly. Okay, so in order to avoid this time consumption, you need to practice properly and practice in the right way. I have heard one of my friend telling, practice makes man perfect is a wrong statement. Perfect practice makes a man perfect is what he says. Okay, so yes, you need to practice it in a proper way so that you become perfect in this reading comprehension. So let us see how we can avoid this consumption of time. The second point we feel is energy draining. Yes, first of all, we'll be in lot of stress during the exam. That 3 hours, we need to dedicate only 5 minutes for this reading comprehension, isn't it? To dedicate that 5 minutes, like we need to answer that also, right? We need to find answers for that. So 1 extra minute also counts a lot. So that extra minute will be taken away from the other questions, isn't it? So 1 extra minute here will be pulled out from the other questions. So we need to be very careful. Okay, so we need to stop this draining of energy. So how do we do it? We are going to understand that also. And we also have got this new phrase here, information intensive. What is this information intensive? Intense means too much. When somebody is talking to you, that person is going on giving lot of information. You feel, yes, you are learning a lot, but at the same time, you start feeling, oh, I'm not able to take everything. I'm not able to digest everything. So this you feel it in math classes, math and science classes, most probably. Okay, there will be lot of things to understand. Yes, you need to understand, but at the same time, you start feeling that you're not able to digest. Your brain is not able to take everything and remember it, isn't it? So this makes it information intensive. So lot of information at a stipulated time is not at all possible for you to take it. Okay, so you have to read it in a proper way so that whatever is needed, only that part will be catered. You need not have to concentrate on all the information that is given there. Okay, so what do you do? How do you do this? What should I do now to solve this reading comprehension, to do it properly, to do it in a proper way? How do I do it? You do not have to overemphasize trivialities. Trivialities means very small things. There will be some minute things. There will be a small word wherein you don't know the meaning. You don't know the meaning, you need not have to sit and think of that. Okay, if you don't know a meaning, please leave it, go further. Any small problem you encounter, you need not have to concentrate much on that. Okay, you please do not dwell upon it, go further. It is just like a hurdle, cross it and go further. Okay, do not concentrate on that trivialities. Okay, do not memorize. Please do not memorize reading comprehension. Do not memorize the answers. Okay, read the sentence. You need not have to remember the answer there. Just read the passage. It is only for you to understand. Okay, just have a very quick reading of that reading comprehension, whatever comprehension is given to you. Okay, just have a look at it. Just read it very quickly. Okay, you can just skim through the meaning. Okay, do not read the passage first. This is another way of attempting it. Okay, one thing is you can read the passage, understand it, and then attempt the questions. Another way of doing it is you should not read the passage at all. What should I do if I don't have to read the passage? How do I attempt it? You need to go to the questions first. Read the questions first, then go to the passage. So I just wrote, do not read the passage first. Okay, that means go to the questions first, read the questions, then go back to the passage and have a glance. Because when you read the questions, you will have those keywords in your mind. Okay, suppose some important word is there in the question, you need to concentrate on that only in that passage. Okay, suppose some reason is being given there. Suppose the process of food preparation in a plant is given. Okay, suppose you go and read the question first. Obvious question will be, what is photosynthesis? Okay, so when you find that word photosynthesis, so that will be in your mind, isn't it? So when you read the passage, so you tend to look for those keywords there also. Because all the passages, whenever there is a question that is asked, that will be direct questions. Okay, they do not want you to answer in your own words. That will be obviously whatever you are seeing there, the same thing have to be written over there. Okay, so here you need not have to concentrate on each and every small thing. You just have to concentrate on the keyword which is there. Okay, so you read the question first, then go back to the passage and concentrate on the keyword there. Just mark that, you will get the answer. So you can come back and find the answer for that question. Okay, that is an advantage if you read the question first. Okay, then do not emphasize on vocabulary skills. So you need not have to learn or know the meaning of all the words, new words that are given there. Okay, suppose you are not able to understand any word, leave it. There is no rule that you should understand that word and then only go further. Okay, you are not there to understand the passage. You are only there to comprehend. Okay, you are not there to understand each and every word. Okay, even if you don't know the meaning of any word, please go further. You are there in that exam only to answer the questions that are given there. Go home, look at the new words, know the meaning, that is fine. Okay, but there in the exam hall, please do not concentrate on the meaning of the words. Please concentrate only on answering. Okay, so you need not have to know the vocabulary skill at all. Then the last one, do not take up comprehension that you can't comprehend first. Just read the passage first. If you cannot understand, keep it to the end. Okay, how much are you going to lose? 10 marks? That's it. 10 marks or at the most 12 marks. But you will come back and do it. Okay, even if you can't attempt the complete thing, that is fine. So when you can't understand the passage in the beginning, please do not spend much time on it. Okay, at the max you need to spend 5 to 10 minutes on a reading passage, on one passage. Okay, so do not go and just start juggling with that reading comprehension passage. Okay, please keep it towards the end. Finish all the question answers which you know first. That will actually give you a lot of confidence. Okay, so finish all the question answers and then come back to this reading comprehension, which will actually save lot of your time. Then you will also know how much time to spend for this reading comprehension. Okay. So then what else to do? So you need not have to, should not think about the correct option. Okay, that would come from the passage. So let me just tell you, no answer can come from outside the passage. Okay, it is a reading comprehension. What is the meaning of it? Only you have to answer by understanding the passage. Okay, you just have to read the passage, comprehend, like you need to guess the meaning, like understand it to maybe up to 50 or 75%, and then you have to give the answers. Okay, no answer is going to come from outside the passage. So that thing you're sure of, isn't it? Please do not write your own answers. Please look for the answers in the passage only. Okay, so that is the main thing. Do not rely on trigger words. And as I told you, there will be one keyword, right? So please do not depend on these trigger words. That is the keywords only always. Okay, suppose in the question there is photosynthesis. In the passage there may not be that word. That word may not be present. Only the process might be there. Okay, so I'm just giving you an example. Okay, this is not a very good example. Like photosynthesis, obviously it will be there in the passage. Okay, so make sure you do not depend on the trigger words. Go by the meaning of it. Okay, if you cannot understand at all, then we can see what can be done. Okay, so do not depend on the trigger words at all. Make notes. You need to make notes. If at all you are practicing, okay, till now I was just talking about your presence in exam hall. Okay, so if at all you are practicing this reading comprehension, make notes. Okay, I know you are not allowed to mark anything on the question paper, so make sure you write it in your answer sheet only in one corner. Okay, so like you draw lines for working in math, you can draw a line for making a note in English also. Please make a note in your answer sheet so that you will come back and write the answer. Okay, so whenever you search, you get a keyword as an answer, make a note of it. Later on, you can frame sentences and you can erase or cut it or something like that. Okay, so you have to make notes in order to remember the answer, in order to present it well. Okay, so concentrate more on this opening and closing paragraphs. Okay, so the initial paragraphs, maybe suppose there is a passage of 4 to 5 paragraphs, please concentrate on the first and the last paragraph. That is because most of the concepts will be there only. Okay, so that will actually bridge the gap when you are going to read the actual content. That is the main chunk. Okay, that you have to break, and which is going to help for that. The initial and the closing paragraphs will help you to actually understand the inner meaning of that passage. Okay, so lastly, constantly question while reading the passage. So here, suppose you have read the questions first, then you have gone to read the passage. So what do? You need to keep those keywords in mind and constantly you need to question. Okay, is this the answer? Is this the answer? Suppose you are, as I gave you the example of photosynthesis, keep questioning. Okay, so suppose the plant draws the water from roots. Okay, so is that photosynthesis? So what is the process? The word process and photosynthesis you can concentrate and then you can look for the answer. So you need to keep on recalling the questions whenever you are reading this passage. So finding answer will be very easy with the help of those questions, that constant questions that run in your mind. Okay, so these were the tips and tricks that you had to follow in order to make this reading comprehension easier and a better way to attempt it. Okay, hope this session was useful to you. Please practice reading comprehension. Make sure you practice at least 1 or 2 at the most every day so that your reading skills will improve. Okay, yes, your understanding is better, but the time you consume for that reading comprehension will go lesser and lesser as you attempt more and practice better. Okay, yes, that's all about reading comprehension. Any doubts? I'm always there for you to get the doubts clarified in your live session. Okay, so take care, keep learning. Any doubts? I'm there for you. Bye bye, take care, stay safe.